Good morning, everyone. Today I will be presenting the activity corresponding to the last phase of this course. My name is Harold Patronio Zavaleta, and today I am presenting the result of my research on how intercultural communication affects the performance of virtual international teams. Before we kind, you will hear two short audio expert and see two brief reading samples that guided my study. The actual professional situation in a multicultural or academic context that I chose was presenting research finding at an international conference. Now we will listen to the first listening element.
What is your preferred communication style, and how do you adapt it to different situations?
I favor clear and open communication. I adjust my style based on the audience, ensuring effective interactions and understanding.
As you just heard, the interview highlights the need to adapt communication styles. This supported my initial hypothesis. First reading element article structure. Researchers argue that cultural awareness improves their tools in remote collaborations. This article suggests that cultural awareness may have improved team performance. A past model of education, I later confirmed through surveys. Development of the academic content, non phrases plus contrast connectors. The rapid expansion of global online projects, in contrast to earlier localized teamworks, has created new linguistic challenges. Tag questions. Cultural misunderstandings can slow a project down. Can they? Causative verbs. Different leadership styles can make team members feel more or less included. Time, clause, and future forms. When the project reaches its next phase, we will be analyzing additional data. By December, the full report will have been completed. Report speech. Several participants say that they needed to improve their English proficiency to collaborate effectively. Passive voice and modals. Meeting must be scheduled carefully across time zones. Communication failures might be caused by unclear expectations. Teams should consider establishing shared norms. Second listening element, short speech.
Well, this had all of us talking. A new study looking at the pros and cons of remote work.
Economists at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York say young workers may be missing the power of proximity, like this. A recent New York Times article looked at the research saying that remote work enhanced the productivity of engineers when they were studying, but reduced the amount of feedback that some junior engineers were receiving.
So joining us now is Ben Castleman. He co-wrote the article and is an economics reporter for the New York Times. Ben, good to have you with us. Lilia and I, obviously you can tell, love being together. And one of the interesting things about your study, or about the study rather, is the power of proximity. Talk to us about what researchers say is that power.
Yeah, so this is some research that was based on a big tech company where they were actually able to measure the feedback that engineers received and gave to one another. And they found that when teams were split up across campuses, or when, of course, we all went remote in the pandemic, that workers, and especially young workers, just got less feedback from their senior colleagues and from their bosses.
This speech confirms that his communication is often unintentional, which supports my survey findings. Second reading element. Display a simple chart or table. This is the graphic. As you can read here, 68% of participants reported difficulty understanding college and indirect communication styles. Okay, in this step, as you can read here, 68% of participants report difficult understanding college and indirect communication style. This suggests that in the cultural training might be needed to improve team collaboration. In contrast, only 15% mentioned issues with direct communication. These results were analyzed to identify key areas for improvement. Summary and closing of the content. To sum up, intercultural competence plays a crucial role in virtual teamwork. Effective communication strategies can prevent delays and increase collaboration quality. Reflection segment. How you adapt your communication for different audience cultures. While preparing this presentation, I adapt my communication by adjusting my examples to an international audience. I avoided culture specific expression and use clear transition so listeners from different background could follow the argument. How advanced grammar and vocabulary support your message. Advanced structures such as future perfect, passive voice, and modal of education help me present that precisely and highlight levels of certainty in my result. How intercultural awareness influenced your choice. I remained aware that cultural norms influence not only pronunciation and tone, but also expectation about formality and directness. This awareness guided how I structured my explanation, selected neutral vocabulary, and respect diverse perspectives. Thank you for watching. I'll be happy to answer any question. Thank you. That's all for today.